A narcissist rarely values your well-being for its own sake. Instead, they often value what you represent: admiration, attention, emotional support, status, control, validation, or convenience. In psychological terms, people become narcissistic supply sources of emotional fuel rather than individuals with their own needs, dreams, and dignity. In the beginning, they often engage in love bombing. They overwhelm you with affection, admiration, gifts, constant messages, and promises of a future that seems almost too perfect. They study your vulnerabilities, your unmet emotional needs, and your deepest desires. Then they reflect them back to you like a mirror, creating the illusion that they are your ideal partner, friend, or companion. This is not necessarily genuine intimacy. It is often strategic attachment designed to lower your emotional defenses. Psychologically, this process exploits one of the strongest human needs: the desire to be loved, understood, and accepted. When someone appears to offer unconditional affection, the brain releases powerful chemicals associated with bonding and trust. Gradually, emotional dependence develops, making it increasingly difficult to recognize manipulation even when obvious warning signs appear. Once they believe you are emotionally invested, the relationship frequently begins to change. The warmth becomes inconsistency. Praise turns into criticism. Respect is replaced by control. Promises quietly disappear. The person who once made you feel extraordinary now makes you question your worth. This shift is not accidental. Uncertainty itself becomes a method of control. By alternating affection with rejection, they create emotional confusion that keeps you seeking the return of the person you met in the beginning, a person who may never have truly existed. From a philosophical perspective, narcissism reflects one of the oldest human tragedies: treating people as instruments rather than ends in themselves. Instead of recognizing another person's intrinsic dignity, the narcissistic mindset reduces relationships to transactions. Love becomes possession, kindness becomes leverage, trust becomes something to exploit rather than honor. Such relationships are ultimately empty because genuine love cannot exist where empathy is absent and another person's humanity is ignored. Emotionally, the greatest damage is often invisible. Victims may not only lose confidence in the narcissist, they begin to lose confidence in themselves. They question their memories, their judgment, and even their identity. The deepest wound is not simply heartbreak, it is the gradual erosion of self-trust. Healing, therefore, requires more than leaving the relationship. It requires rebuilding the belief that your feelings, perceptions, and boundaries are valid. Ironically, beneath the grandiosity often lies profound insecurity. Many psychologists suggest that narcissistic behavior functions as a defense against deep shame, fragile self-esteem, and an unstable sense of identity. Yet understanding the origins of narcissism should never be confused with excusing abusive behavior. Compassion for someone's wounds does not require sacrificing your own well-being. Conclusion: a healthy relationship is built on empathy, honesty, mutual respect, and shared growth. A narcissistic relationship is sustained by illusion, imbalance, and control. The greatest lesson is not simply to recognize narcissists, it is to recognize your own worth. The moment you stop measuring your value through the approval of someone incapable of genuine empathy, you begin to reclaim your freedom. Real love does not ask you to lose yourself in order to keep someone else.